Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Staying Safe online class with the CVCOA and with Spanish. We had wonderful people here. It is the 26th of June, 2023. So let's get started. Today's class is about staying safe online. Lorena?
So she understands English pretty good, so you can actually, should
Okay.
I be translated everything, Rachel, or? Yes. You think because of the people that it might be watching, Ranga?
As for the title.
Okay, perfect. So la clase de hoy es sobre cómo mantenerse seguro en online, en la web.
Okay. So this classes are being offered thanks to a grant from the city of Burlington that pays for development and some part of my salary. So we acknowledge and are grateful for this opportunity. So I work for this company, Technology for Tomorrow, and I teach technical subjects to audiences who are still trying to learn about technology. And that is what I do. My name is Ranga. So what exactly are we going to do today? So without a lot of introduction, I'm going to go straight to explain what people want from you. What are some of the warning signs and examples?
En la clase de hoy entonces vamos a ver los tres tópicos sobre cómo se identifican los scams, cómo se identifican los trucos online, qué es lo que quiere la gente, qué es lo que quiere la gente lograr, esos hackers, digamos, lograr, y cómo identificar los signos de peligro online.
Thank you, Lorena. What are online scams? Okay, we start with this first. So a scam is someone where anyone is trying to cheat you to get some money or some information.
Las dos cosas más importantes ¿qué es lo que tratan de lograr los scammers? Tratan de lograr o sacarte dinero o sacarte información. En la clase anterior hemos visto que la información vale tanto como el dinero. Información personal, ya sea personal de tu cuenta de banco, lo que sea, vale tanto como el dinero.
So this slide shows some examples of what we mean by money or personal information. So for example, money includes bank payments and wire transfers, credit and debit cards, gift cards, or anything that is offered in place of money. And personal information includes passwords, usernames, and any bank information.
Entonces, como decíamos, ¿qué es lo que quieren los scammers? Lograr obtener un rédito monetario, sea dinero, a través de cuentas del banco, a través de transferencias de pago, tarjetas de débito, crédito, incluso tarjetas de regalo, o tu información, ya sea tus contraseñas, tu número de seguro social, tu cuenta de banco, para siempre es como es el gol máximo después de obtener dinero de todas maneras.
Sometimes your personal information is also some of the questions that you have to answer. For example, what is your first car? Go on.
Que a veces la información que tenés que introducir, viste cuando introducís no solamente tu contraseña, sino te dice, bueno, esta va a ser una pregunta de seguridad. Y una de las cosas más fáciles de obtener, que generalmente cuando, I'm just going to give her an example.
Yes,
cuando en Facebook te preguntan, ¿cuál es ¿preferís este perro o este otro perro? Y uno le dice, ay, qué lindo, me gusta este perro. O, ay, ¿a qué escuela fuiste? Y uno por ahí pone mucha información en social media, en las redes sociales, y después esa es información que se guarda, porque lo creemos, no todo eso queda guardado en la web, y esa es la información que después los scammers encuentran y usan para obtener su información más profunda, digamos.
So, Lorena, this is for you. I wanted to ask you. So I wanted to explain this. Many times when you play games online, and some of the questions in these games are designed to get this kind of information from you.
Good. So, a veces también cuando jugás los games, yo la verdad que no conocía, el ejemplo que yo le di fue el ejemplo de cuando, por ejemplo, en Facebook dice, ¿a qué escuela fuiste? O presumí en la escuela que fuiste, o like, what school did you go to? So that information actually translates to some of the security question that, you know, to access to your bank account or to access to your social media is being asked as well.
Any questions so far?
It's totally clear. Thank you.
Okay. So one of the things that we will do today is to understand the warning signs of a scam. Okay. And that is the major part of what we'll do today, because you have to know whether something is a scam or not, and we will go through some examples. So we understand what they are trying to get from us.
Entonces,
So the next things are, go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
Vamos a ver hoy exactamente son los ejemplos, y esto, Lucy, es lo que yo te decía al principio, es lo que te va a servir cuando trabajas, ya sea en un banco, en cualquier oficina. Generalmente vas a recibir emails y vas a tener que mandar emails y vas a tener que contestar emails. Entonces ahora vamos a ver algunos de los ejemplos de qué identificar en un email o en algo que vos recibís que tenés que contestar, cuáles son los warnings, o sea, todos lucen legítimos. Incluso, por ejemplo, podés recibir un email de Amazon con el logo de Amazon, pero si vos ves bien los ejemplos que te vamos a mostrar ahora, qué es lo que hay que mirar para darse cuenta si es legítimo o no, if it's legit or not. Yeah, go ahead, Remy.
So this first example is a message or an email that you get. So what you're seeing on the screen is a sample email. So this is an example of a scam. But how do you know it's a scam if it has your bank logo and all the other information? So normally I would ask, what is in this email that raises red flags? But is that a good question to ask, Lucy, or no?
Well, first of all, I have some information about it because I work at banks in Colombia.
Oh, okay.
And also I have another information by myself, and it's very clear because any bank asks you about your social security number, about your password, or your another information. Is not usual one bank or another bank ask you about that information. So it's not safe, this email.
But
Okay.
let me tell you, Lucy, the first thing that you read in an email is like who is it sending the email. So the first line will say, you know, if you see the first line that say from big city, you have exactly the information that you should have. Yes, no bank is going to ask you for your login information and password. That's a major sign, definitely. But when you start reading the emails, you see that it's coming from big city bank, but then it has a Gmail account. No bank has a Gmail account, you know what I mean?
Right. I can see because I have my screen on the first part, I can see it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got I think we got everything, but so this is how we'll do. This is an example. We'll look at one scam and then we'll talk about what we see and then go back and look at what did we notice, right? So we noticed that the email was off, and also we noticed they're asking for personal information, right? And
Yes.
we know that they shouldn't be doing that part.
So let
So
me say,
scams-
let me say it in Spanish then, Ranga.
Yep.
So, just for the purpose of the recording. So, entonces, en el ejemplo anterior que vimos, en el email anterior que vimos, cuando leíamos de quién venía el email, se notaba que venía de una cuenta de Gmail y generalmente los bancos mandan cualquier compañía manda de sus cuentas corporativas. Thank you, Ranga. Y el otro signo mayor también de que hay que tener en cuenta es que ningún banco te va a pedir tu información personal, tu password y tu número de seguro social que ingreses en un email o que ingreses en un link. Generalmente eso es algo que tenés que contactarlo en persona. Y estos son los mayores signos que hay que tener en cuenta en este ejemplo de este email. Go ahead, Ranga.
Los signos de alerta.
Sí, los signos. Gracias.
So scams like this are categorized as what we call phishing scams. Phishing as in phishing, a little play on the words. What is the purpose of the scam? That you will give up your passwords and usernames and numbers voluntarily by either entering it into a form from a link or by just responding to it with the information. So this, one second. So
Yeah.
all phishing scams will impersonate someone, either like a person you know, or a bank, or a company that you do business with.
Entonces, la persona que está tratando de agarrar tu información está representando incorrectamente a una persona o a una institución y generalmente te envían un link donde tenés que ingresar para poner tu información y todo eso, y que es lo que justamente los bancos no harían.
So these are the most common scams in the United States now.
Y
And
estos son-
also from the insurance company, right?
Right, yeah.
son
Yeah.
big companies, yeah.
I've been
That's a good-
emailing from another people and said blah 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 that at gmail.com. So
Right, right.
oh yeah, right.
So what are the warning signs? We already know some of them, but it'll be okay to go over some of this. One of the first warning sign is urgency, that something needs to be done quickly. Okay. Sometimes it may not be quickly because they are making you worried. It can also be quickly because you don't want to lose an offer. One day only, $300 round trip to Colombia for 20 days, all expenses paid, right? Something like that. Or someone needs help, someone you know. So the idea is make you emotional and you act quickly.
Entonces, el sentido de urgencia es también uno de los signos de alerta, como dijo Lucy, gracias Lucy, uno de los signos de alerta, porque te mandan el email diciendo que tenés que responder rápidamente, o que es una oferta limitada, o que alguien necesita tu ayuda. Entonces, eso produce un acto de emoción que te hace o sentirte preocupado o sentirte con ese, de vuelta, sentido de urgencia que tenés que responder inmediatamente.
So the way most of these scammers use urgency is to make you finish the transaction or enter your information before you have a chance to stop and think, because you're emotional and worried or whatever.
Entonces el sentido de urgencia es para justamente hacer que, o sea, que hagas la acción, o sea, que respondas la acción que se te pide sin detenerte a pensar, porque justamente estás o preocupado por esa emoción, o preocupado por ayudar a alguien, o estás emocionado por no perderte la oferta.
Now, the second warning sign is the presence of links that can be clicked to reach a website or attachments that are sent through emails and messages, and even on social media too. Many times these links don't take you to where they say they will take you, and they will get your information in the wrong website. And attachments, it is possible for them to send attachments which can upload harmful viruses on your computer if you don't check who it is coming from.
Entonces otro de los signos de alerta es la presencia de la presencia
I'm
de
so sorry.
links, o sea, de yes, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. Lorena, tu pantalla, o sea, tu voz está congelando, tu pantalla se está congelando por momentos. Is your screen freezing for moments? So I don't know if
can you hear me, Ranga? Do you also
Yeah,
have
so
like
you are breaking up. Yes, looks like
Okay.
the bandwidth is not enough.
all right.
But so we'll remind you when you are getting too much stuck. Okay, so you have to repeat one sentence again.
Okay, no problem. So, entonces el otro signo de alerta es cuando el email trae algo, digamos, un link en donde hay que presionar para llevarle a otra pantalla o a otra website, o también contiene documentos agregados que hay que abrir para conocer la oferta o para conocer más información, y esos documentos pueden estar contaminados con algún virus para la computadora, o esos links le va a llevar a otra página que no tiene nada que ver con el email original, de donde se obtienen la información que ellos están buscando.
Okay.
Now,
one thing, Ranga, one thing that we identify is because one of the questions was last time in the original, webinar was not because you open the email, you actually putting yourself at risk, because sometimes you don't really know what the email is about,
Right.
So una de las cosas, Lucy, es no porque abras el email, automáticamente vas a estar poniendo en riesgo tu computadora, tu información, a menos que hagas clic en el link o abras el attachment pero ya con el original, email te vas a dar cuenta de si es algo legítimo o no.
Thank you. That's a good point. So opening emails is okay, but clicking on links or attachments is not.
It's a bad thing.
So we are continuing with the warning signs. One of the warning signs is requests for your personal information through an email or a text message. Any good business will ask you to log into their website and enter your information. They will not ask you to send an email to them, your username and password. So one way to typically do this is not to click on any links, but if you still think it's a legitimate email, go to a browser and enter the address instead of clicking on that link that is coming through your message.
Otra de las señales entonces es que ningún negocio legítimo te va a preguntar por tu información personal o por tu, digamos, contraseña o por tu, digamos, cómo acceder a tu cuenta. Y si realmente es un negocio que es seguro, te va a decir cómo vos tenés que ingresar sin pedirte esa información. Y también otra de las formas seguras es, en vez de hacer link en el enlace que te mandan ellos, ir a la página legítima del negocio que estás. Por ejemplo, si es el banco, en vez de entrar al enlace que ellos están diciendo, ir a la página de, por ejemplo, www.bigcitybank.com, for example. So go to the original website.
So we are continuing the warning signs. There can also be threatening tones, you know, especially when you're worried about losing your home or about something important that if you don't fill this, we won't renew your, or you won't get, you'll be kicked out of your apartment, things like that, that'll get us worried. And they use this threatening tone to make you give up your personal information faster. They kind of scare them into giving their personal information. So that's when you realize you're being scammed. Typically, it happens, at least from what I've seen, in two places. One is with housing. They say something is wrong, and because of that, you cannot continue to live in that house of yours. And the second thing is with computers.
Mhm.
They have a program that says your computer is now being hacked. Call this number if you want to get access to your computer or things like that, right? So housing and computers are two things where this threatening tone is what they will typically use. And there is also what's called a humiliation scam, where they will somehow find pictures and they will modify them, and they say they will release them online, or you will be embarrassed about these photographs. And I've seen during the pandemic, they've used a lot of children's photographs for this, which is bad, but that makes you kind of act quickly, right? So these threatening tones and humiliation and with warning signs are also important to keep in mind.
Entonces, otras señales de amenaza pueden ser justamente eso, amenazas que asustan a la gente para que provean su información personal o algún pago, y lo que le dicen es generalmente que puede o perder su casa, que las dos cosas más comunes es que pueden perder el lugar donde viven, o también que, por ejemplo, el ejemplo de que su computadora está infectada, tiene que hacer clic en este enlace para poder, digamos, limpiarlo o lo que sea así. Y el tercer caso es el tema de los engaños por humillación, que utilizan una foto suya, o encuentran una foto suya o la modifican mediante Photoshop, something like that. Claro, y what is called blackmail here in the
Yes,
US.
right.
Blackmail, is that
Entonces,
okay?
Blackmail es cuando
know.
ellos te dicen, tengo una foto tuya, si vos no haces esto, o sea, como, ¿entendés? Como chantaje
Right.
en nuestros países.
Okay.
Blackmail es el concepto de chantaje en the US.
Oh, it's good to know, because I was trying to figure out how is that word and what does mean that?
Oh, okay.
Blackmail
Thank you.
es chantaje, ¿viste? Cuando alguien te dice, si no haces esto, digo tal cosa de vos, o esta información de vos. Es eso, chantaje. ¿Ustedes usan la palabra chantaje, Lucy?
Sí.
Okay.
Sí.
So
En Colombia es muy común.
we looked at one scam and went through some warning signs, right?
Yep.
But if you get an email or a message that you suspect is a phishing scam, what will you do?
Entonces, ya identificamos cuáles son las señales de alerta. Ahora, ¿qué hacemos si recibimos uno de estos emails?
Actually, I had texting, I had email, from apparently I have to pay $420 something for my proposal insurance card.
Right.
What? And another thing is someone is texting me with another language, for example, Japanese or Mandarin or another language, or something in English, said a message and say, you know, did you forgot your appointment for today with the doctor, blah, 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 blah. And I never respond because I know it's done scams. Just that, I just block and delete, that's it.
You will receive like a random message saying like, hey, are you still coming today? Or, hey, you forgot
Right.
something. Like,
Right. Yes, the same thing.
Yes, you got it. So this is a set of things that you can do. Okay.
Okay.
You got almost all of them. One of the first things is to ignore it. One thing to remember is to never reply to that if it's an email or a message. And then ask, who is this or what is this? Okay. Why? Because one, you don't want to start that communication. And two, they know that there is someone actually reading that email or answering that message. So there is a human being behind that. So what they do is they say, oh, this number is a good number to scam. And they pass this number to other scammers.
Oh boy.
So that text you see that sometimes comes, then they says, hey, that's it.
Mhm.
Right? And you wonder, okay, maybe someone really wanted to contact, or you wanted to tell them, hey, you got the wrong number. But that because people are not opening these scam emails and messages anymore, so they want to know which numbers they can target later on. That's how they collect the numbers. They send this word, hey, to 1 million phones, okay, and see who responds. Okay, can you, and I'm going to go through these last two, okay, Lorena, then you can translate. First, ignore it. The second thing I want you to remember is not to respond, and you can explain why you think so. Do not click any links or attachments. We spoke about this. And if you're in an email, you can also report it as a spam. If a lot of people report it, they will block the person or the email sender. Okay, but this is unreliable. It may not happen right away. Yes, ma'am.
Las formas entonces de responder a estas estafas son primero ignorar el email o el texto. Sobre todo el texto, uno recibe textos así que
Recibido muchos
que no tienen nada que
textos.
ver, claro, como que no tienen nada que ver o con usted y uno siente la necesidad por ahí de incluso responder, oh, tiene el número equivocado, pero eso les permite a ellos abrir la oportunidad de decir, ah, alguien leyó este mensaje, entonces ese mensaje se puede quizás compartir con otros estafadores diciendo, ah, alguien está detrás de este número. El tercero es no abrir ningún enlace ni ningún documento que se le envíen de alguien que no está seguro de quién es. Y el cuarto es reportarlo, o sea, marcarlo como un spam, porque si suficientes personas lo marcan como spam, entonces, por ejemplo, Yahoo o quien sea reconoce esa dirección de email como mandando estas estafas.
De hecho, me pasó. Le di responder, estás equivocado el número, y siguió la conversación y siguió la conversación, y de ahí en adelante he seguido recibiendo mensajes a diestra y siniestra. Yo, reportar, eliminar, reportar, bloquear.
Yeah.
Please tell him.
Yeah, the first thing when you get it in message, the first thing is like, oh, you know, you have the wrong number. Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's the wrong text to send.
Right. Yeah, but we don't know, right? So now we know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I sent other people saying, sorry, you got the wrong person, you know, because we don't
be kind, just that, but it was bad.
Okay, now it's time for scam number 2.
All right.
I'm going to show you something just like before. What did you notice?
So, Lucy, lee esta oferta y decime qué te parece rara de esta oferta.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I can see.
You can't?
No,
¿No
I
podés?
can't see anything. No.
¿No
I
ves
just
un dibujo en verde y amarillo?
solo veo tu cara, no veo más nada.
She says that she can only see my face, Randa. Can you share? It's
I'm
been
sharing
shared.
it.
Can you share your screen, please?
I'm sharing it.
I'm seeing it too, or I was.
I know.
I was, yeah.
You might have minimized the screen. Sometimes I do
All right,
that.
now I can see.
Okay, great.
All right.
See, that is a scam.
That's a job offer, Lucy. Tell me if you would like to take that job offer.
So
It's
So
a $5,000, $10,000 per day.
So this
work
this
from
is a
home.
scam, but what are the warning signs that you can see? So we can just talk about it and
It's too
understand.
good to be true.
That is true.
Es demasiado bueno para ser verdad.
Well, first of all, let me know where.
Well,
What do you mean where? Work from home?
That's how they get the people.
Oh,
And
God.
another thing also, if you read the entire, they also have misspelling, o sea, tienen errores ortográficos. Los errores ortográficos en una publicación
Alerta.
generalmente son signos de alerta.
So let me ask you one thing. You've seen this. This was already offering a lot of money. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've learned that in scams, people are looking to take away your money or your personal information, correct? But this job is not taking away your money, but giving you a lot of money, more than what you expect. What do you think is the scam in this? A good question, huh?
Yes. Well, the mail, for example, the mail from com is someone with @gmail.com.
Right.
Other is I can see very well, but I think it's mistakes and of
No, but what do you do when?
No, but
do
what
when
is
you
the
wanna
scam
take
in
a
this?
job? What do
What-
you do?
well,
will-
it's weird because it's not real. 5,000 or 10,000 per day. Why?
So
Okay, so this is what-
the scam I feel it is like when you respond to them, they will send you an application for the job. So then now they have all your personal information.
Yeah, that is one
So
too.
easy
And
to It's
so
very easy to
typically,
identify.
the
Yes.
jobs that pay you a lot of money, things like this, that are kind of unbelievable. So you send an email to them. You typically may not send all the personal information, but you send an email to say, I'm interested. So then they will write back to you and say, great, I'm excited that we're going to get starting work each other, but you can start pretty quickly, but because it's a new job, you have to get trained. All you have to do is pay for the training. And after the training, you can start earning and unlimited potential, right? So scams like this are scamming for that money you pay to get some kind of training to finally earn this money. That is the scam.
Entonces la estafa en este caso sería que ellos primero aplicar y darle toda tu información para el trabajo, para el supuesto trabajo, y segundo es que te cobran por el entrenamiento. Entonces te dice, para acceder a este trabajo, el entrenamiento, tenés que pagar para hacer el entrenamiento con un potencial ilimitado del trabajo, pero para eso ya te sacaron o tu información o el dinero.
Okay.
They are smart. They are smart.
Oh,
let me tell you.
so this affects a
see.
lot of people, a lot of us too, even in
But it's
Arizona.
possible. It's possible. For example, if you are living in New York, maybe it's possible. Many people go there.
Oh,
And-
not just, and this is what is called an average number. In 2020,
Unbelievable.
About 5 million people fell for these scams. 5 million.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, so it's not as very small. It's a significant, right?
Oh,
So even if they collect $1 from each,
that's the
well,
other thing, yeah.
so for
unbelievable.
for
Okay.
scams such as this employment scams, right?
Hold on,
Yeah.
please. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Ok. Eleonora, por ejemplo, si yo estoy aplicando, porque hice el ejercicio en estos días, fui a Indeed,
Indeed.
a buscar trabajos remotos desde casa, por ejemplo, intérpretes o servicio al cliente en español.
Mhm.
Amazon tiene, pero resulta que yo voy a Amazon y yo no encuentro el link directamente en Amazon, sino que me lleva a otros y a otros y a otros y tengo ese correo lleno de scammers por todos lados, porque yo creo que esto es simplemente todos los que están alrededor buscando esas oportunidades de bobitos que caigan en estas redes. ¿Cómo hacer para identificar en una plataforma laboral que sí
Que es legítima encima, esa es una plataforma legítima, Indeed.
Pero es que voy a la legítima, Indeed.
So,
Y aún así,
Ranga, Lucy is asking because she is looking actually to get a remote, she would like to work remote from home. So she said that she goes to Indeed, Indeed is a legit web page where you actually look for a job. But once she actually click on the offers that they have, for example, or Amazon offers, but when she click into it's actually directing her to other links. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
kind of like this thing. But so she want to know how to identify, and I would like to know too, how to identify what is actually, because again, Indeed is a legit web, it's a legit job searcher option, but how you do identify what is legit offer in the web page? Because now she said that now, because she actually accessed so many of them, she started getting a bunch of emails that you clearly see that they are scammers.
No, that is a good point. Okay. So the site is legitimate, but anyone can post for a job there.
yes,
So the site is legitimate,
right.
but the ones who are posting are not.
It's-
So depending on the position, right? If there are sites
Okay.
like LinkedIn, they cannot do this kind of posting because they have to identify themselves before posting. Does that make sense? So
Yes, I understand.
yeah, so you don't have, so typically this is what I do. Okay, it's hard to
You know why it's harder, Ranga? Because sometimes you have third parties companies hiring for Amazon, for example.
Mhm.
I know for a fact, because let's say that you want to work for American Airlines. American Airlines doesn't actually hire directly.
they
hire
have
through a third
contractors do
company.
that.
So it's really super thin, the line that to identify what is legit or not.
No, it's fine. So in my own life, right? When I was under a lot of stress about finding a new job,
Yep.
I have to apply to everything, right? Because who knows? All I need is one job. So as many as I can apply, I'm increasing chances. But in that, there are a bunch of these also, right? So somebody is saying work at Amazon and has a link. But that link will not take you to Amazon. It'll take to somewhere else. Like Lauren has said, he could be a recruiter or not,
Yes.
right? So there is no real judgment there. So for example, someone can say, oh, this job is with Amazon, but Amazon does not have that job posted, let's say.
Right.
But if they're using a third-party recruitment, then it's a tricky thing. But I don't know anybody who will hire without interview or background check.
Mhm.
Okay, can you say this, Lauren? I want everyone to continue. Without
So-
interview or background check, you should not go if someone is willing to hire you.
But let me ask you before translating. And that's the part that is actually so tricky because you say without interview or background. So before you enter your personal information to an application, how do you know that it's legit?
No, that is what I'm saying, right? So if the job itself says, so we've seen in this part, like for example, look, if in the screen, we've seen this that says,
No interview is necessary. Oh,
okay, so I will not apply for this job, though it looks very easy to get, right? Because I get very nervous in interviews. So I don't think anybody should hire without an interview or without doing background check.
Entonces, la alerta principal sería de esta, lo que estamos hablando son ofertas de trabajo que se ponen online, o sea, las ofertas de trabajo están online y cómo identificar que esas ofertas de trabajo vienen de alguien legítimo, que ningún trabajo, primero que si es muy bueno para ser verdad, es una digamos, una señal de alerta. Otro es que te quieren contratar sin hacer, como se dice ahí, sin hacer un proceso de selección, sin necesidad de una entrevista, sin necesidad de un background, o sea, de que te investiguen realmente. Entonces, y definitivamente nunca pagar para que te contraten. No se pagan los entrenamientos, no se le pagan a ninguna persona para que te contraten para un trabajo. So I added that last.
Yeah, go for it. I got it too.
You
So,
never pay for employment, so you never
yes,
pay for training
never.
or employment.
So that is the common point of lot of employment scams. So what is it called? Request for payment. No job should ask you to pay to get the job.
Right?
Okay.
As crazy as it sounds, but I think it takes more, you have to take in consideration, like they offer you to do the training, you pay for the training before getting
Right.
the job.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. And it's a tricky thing, especially, and they know that people looking into these columns are kind of desperate for work, right? That is when, and they try to maximize it. But I'm asking money upfront and thousands of dollars and no interview. Those are the ones that, but no, I will not do that because it's like you will definitely win the lottery. Okay. So we also saw some of them have like typing mistakes, right? And
También lo que hablábamos de los errores gramaticales, si está mal escrito, si tienen errores ortográficos, digamos que eso también son signos de que no es legítimo.
okay.
so what would you do if you saw a job offer and it said, you have to just pay a little bit of money. And then once the training is over, you'll get the job. Will you believe that or no?
No. No, I don't believe that.
Yes. Can you say that, Lauren, that nobody should believe that?
Nadie debería creer que un trabajo que es demasiado bueno para ser verdad o que no te ofrece hacerte ninguna entrevista o que debes pagar para entrar, no deberías creer en ese trabajo. No es legítimo.
Exacto.
So we did this before. We know the warning signs, but how do we avoid these employment scams, right? And one of the ways is to, if someone says this is a job with company A, search for that company online or search for the person who is announcing for the hire, like the one who says is that person actually working there or is he just putting his name there, right? And don't attach all your personal information before you know that it is a business that could be legitimate. Okay. So just because you have an email address, don't just send your resume and all the information, your address, your phone numbers and everything to them. Okay. It's easy. It's one attachment, but make sure it is not a scam. So one of the things I do is, suppose you have a job offer from a company, Big TV. I will go and do a Google search for Big TV employment scam. And often, if it's the wrong thing, it comes out. Okay.
Lo que dice Ranga que bueno, primero que para evitar estas estafas, primero buscar en online el nombre de la compañía, el título de la persona que te está ofreciendo el trabajo o la persona de contacto. Obviamente no se paga por ningún entrenamiento, ningún costo antes de tomar el y también asegurarse que sea legítimo el trabajo antes de dar ninguna información personal. Pero lo que dijo Ranga fue que si vos estás insegura de si ese trabajo, por ejemplo, en este caso de Amazon, entonces buscas en la web estafas de Amazon, de este trabajo en Amazon, y ahí te van a aparecer, te va a decir, por ejemplo, si la propuesta de trabajo viene de esta compañía, es una estafa, ¿entendés? O sea, esta compañía dice que ofrece trabajo por Amazon, pero es por una estafa. Hoy en día como que está todo online.
Correct. And it's a good trick.
It's a good trick, yeah.
So if anyone's lost money, that is the only way they can tell other people.
And that's when it needs to be reported. That's when it needs to be reported, yeah.
You are ready for the next?
We are.
Next scam. Okay.
I was taking a little note, but I'm listening.
What notes about employment scams? Yeah, so to search for that, right?
She's taking it.
To search
yes.
with that using the word scam in the end. Yes. So what we've been seeing a lot because of the COVID pandemic are these what we call romance scams. Okay.
All right.
So these scams is through websites where you post your picture and look for matches, right? Somehow you will find that perfect match and the relationship progresses really quickly from like start.
It's so funny.
Because every common interest.
Sorry for interruption. I can't help it, but it's so funny because all the time appear in my social media something like that. I'm single and alone, and sometimes I just watch something or likes for
she's
something
been
funny,
targeted
and immediately I show up everything like this. It's so funny.
It is, but you have, that's what I'm saying, right? It's like sometimes you've been waiting for this moment all your life. Wonderful interest matching and experiences are great.
Yeah.
But one of the things is something happens and you were never actually able to meet in person.
Yeah.
But the relationships get more and more attached and emotionally involved without actually meeting each other. That was so through chatting and text and voice, I mean phone calls. And then after 2 weeks, you get a message saying, I have a medical emergency. I have an accident. So I need some money to pay the bills. As soon as I'm up on my feet, I'm just come to meet you. That is the reason why I'm living. Okay.
It sucks, but it's true.
Entonces,
yeah, that is.
La estafa emocional o la estafa de pareja se da a través de estas plataformas de para conocer gente o plataformas para encontrar
Dating
pareja.
apps.
Y los signos son que encontrás tu, me dio mucha gracia, me dijo el match, encontrás tu macho, decimos, so Ranga, when we're joking about it's like a match,
Macho.
and macho is like a macho man. Like
Yeah.
you find your macho man, no, your match. So,
So funny.
que la relación se mueve rápido, como que, uy, tenés muchas cosas en común, you have like a lot of things in common, so it goes quickly, moves quickly, se mueve rápido la relación, pero de alguna manera nunca se pueden encontrar, nunca, y lo último es que de repente recibís un mensaje que te dice, uy, me iba a encontrar con vos, pero tuve un accidente, ahora necesito dinero para el médico, para el hospital. Entonces, después, cuando me recupere, nos encontramos. Eso es lo que decía Ranga. The last one is when you finally going to meet, something happened to this person and now he's in the hospital and you need money. Yeah, right.
So, and also there's one more thing we notice, okay? So not only is that person perfect, they will also look like a movie actor or actress or a model. Okay.
All right.
So in these romance scams, typically they use the photographs that they find online.
Mhm.
Okay. And there is always a financial emergency. So one of the things we did last time is to see how to use a photograph to search. Right? This is new because, so what you're trying to do is to go and check and see if this photograph is somewhere online. Typically they pick it up from online places, right? So we'll do this little exercise. And I know we have a little time. So what I am doing now is to open a Google window. Okay.
Okay.
In this, I am going to find a photograph of a sunset. Okay. And I'm going to download it. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. I'm downloading it onto my desktop and I'm calling it sunset. Okay. Now, if I go to this new tab, anytime you want to search, in this search, you enter, right? The search term. But you don't need to enter just the word. On the right side here, you can see this little camera icon. So it is called search by image. If you upload an image, it will find other images like it. So I can upload a file. I will upload the one that I just didn't I call it sunrise or sunset or something?
Sunset.
Sunset.
There. Oh, you found it.
All right.
There it is. Okay. So if I use that as a starting point, it will take that. This is my image on the left. And on the right are all the results of the search.
Well, that's new for me.
Okay. So you can, I mean, if someone puts like, I don't know if it's okay to say like Salma Hayek picture, and then you can use that picture to do a backward search and see if that is taken from the internet.
So what he's saying is, okay, let's say that you see the picture of your match online,
Right.
and you say, oh, this is me, or even the sunset, Ranga, because they say, here is my view from my window today. And you do this reverse, you can see that it's actually a picture that it was posted online before, and it's not a real picture from someone that just took the picture today.
It would be embarrassing if someone discovers something like that.
Right? Oh, but that's happened a lot.
Oh, it happens a lot.
So if you see a picture of this guy that you imagine and you do the reverse, you might think that maybe it's not such a famous actor, but it's another person that posted on their social media, or it's not the person that it say it is.
Oh yeah, you can go to Instagram and just download anybody's picture and just put it on, right? But this is how you can search. So you can download the picture, and when you search on Google, you click on this little camera.
Yep.
And when you click on the camera, it will search. You can also do this, for example, right? So there is this, I don't know what my wife likes that fellow, Brad Pitt. Okay. So let's say this. So this is the image, okay? So I can go and say, open this link in a new tab. So this link is the link for the image. I can copy this link, and when I'm searching for something, I don't need to actually have that image. I can also paste the link to the image.
Okay.
And once I do the search, it will find all the things that look similar to that, right? Like, for example, this, if someone posts, you know that there is a matching thing on the internet somewhere, right? That's how you figure it out. So I don't think people will appreciate that I'm sharing all the movie actors in like a serious class. Okay. So we talked about any questions so far?
No. Oh, I don't know, Lucy, sorry.
Not yet.
Let me share the screen, and then you can continue what I'm saying. I can show the entire thing again also, Lorena, the Google thing. Just let me know.
So you want me to translate that part?
No, you can. So we wanted to say that we finished this, right? You talked
yes.
about.
So the next
right?
the next one was telling us, entonces en estas etapas de romance generalmente se dan a través de todo lo que
Right.
sea redes sociales, todo lo que sean aplicaciones de citas, y entonces generalmente los estafadores usan fotos que encuentran online, entonces lo que estábamos viendo era como haciendo una búsqueda reversa, se puede ver si esa imagen pertenece a alguien más online, haciendo esa búsqueda reversa. Entonces, generalmente estas personas ponen fotos de otras personas como fotos de portada, digamos. Entonces, si es una foto que no pertenece a esa persona, uno puede hacer una búsqueda reversa e identificar de dónde proviene esa foto. Y también otro de los signos es que el romance, viste, como que la relación se desarrolla rápidamente, y el último, como dijimos ya, es el pedido financiero por causa de emergencia.
Hey, do you know how much money people lost in 2020 on these romance scams?
No.
I think the Federal Trade Commission says about 350 million.
No way.
Have you seen the movie on Netflix, like the Tinder?
Yeah.
Tinder
That is unbelievable, right?
I heard before, but I never watched it.
The part that actually blew my mind, they're all educated women.
Yeah, and very professional.
Like professional woman. You have to see it, Lucy. Like it really opened your mind, like how all these professional ladies actually got a scam for this guy. It's unbelievable.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he was a professional scammer, so.
And he's free now.
Yeah.
So if you give your money voluntarily, you cannot go to court. That is the whole thing.
El problema fue que ellas le dieron su dinero voluntariamente. Entonces no lo pudieron mandar a la corte.
Pues primero, al que voy a conocer y me pida dinero, salgo corriendo, espero, vea, a kilómetros.
So how do you avoid these romance scams? One is take your time. Don't progress too far without meeting the person, especially if it's first time in public.
Very, very important.
And don't send money. And sometimes listen to your friends and family also.
Sometimes they see from the outside the signs
Right.
of, yes, better than the person that is involved. Yes, absolutely.
Right. So one of the things that they do in this matrimonial sites that a lot of from India, a lot of people have this matrimonial sites. They ask for more photographs,
Okay.
not the one that is posted in the profile. So if you picked up one from the internet, right, you cannot pick up 10.
Well,
So they
but
ask,
sometimes they actually really impersonate another person that posts a lot
right,
of pictures on Instagram.
right,
A
right,
veces usan la imagen de alguien que pone muchas fotos en Instagram o en Facebook.
right. So these are only few of the scams that we spoke about. But I want to review just one of the things and we'll look at all the warning signs together. So we will kind of know if it's a scam or not. So when we started with examples, we started with an email or a message. And we started talking about what the warning signs are, right? So the first warning sign is urgency. Go on, Lorena. You can say, we'll
Entonces, cuando vimos los primeros ejemplos de las estafas, el sentido de urgencia generalmente está en todas las estafas porque pretenden una reacción sin mucho pensamiento.
right.
Bajo
And
la-
then we also go, did you say something, Lucy, or did I miss?
No, just emotional.
Yes.
Emotional,
So
that's
they
correct.
want a reaction without even thinking about it, like it's really, really
Right.
emotional.
Rational, yeah, no rational, only emotional. So the second warning sign is the presence of links or attachments in the email or message.
La segunda señal de alerta son la presencia de enlaces y de documentos dentro del email que están enviando.
And the third thing is request for personal information, things that should not be asked in an email or a message.
Y la tercera señal de alerta es el pedido de información personal que no debería pedirse por email, o sea, por correo electrónico, por una compañía que sea legítima.
So one way to kind of stop this is to enter this website directly into the browser instead of clicking on the link.
La forma más fácil es, en vez de hacer clic en el enlace, ir directamente a la página oficial, original, legítima del negocio que está tratando de contactarte. Negocio, banco, compañía de trabajo.
So we also talked about how one warning sign could be a threatening tone that is used to make you feel like you're going to lose something important. And also the fear of being embarrassed or humiliated.
Las amenazas entonces pueden venir con una forma de amenaza justamente a perder algo, ya sea información, ya sea una casa, ya sea información que tenga la computadora. Y la otra forma también es amenazando con humillarlo de alguna manera, lo que hablábamos del chantaje.
Okay.
So what is the word that you used for blackmail?
Chantaje.
Chantaje. Okay.
Chantaje. Mhm.
Chantaje.
All right. And then when we looked at some of the employment scams, we also saw that you have to be careful for anything that is too good to be true because you're too excited and you act on that excitement. Lot of money, little or no work. And the one who's trying to recruit you will be so excited to have you as if you're already part of the family of the people who you are working with. Okay, that's how they kind of make you feel like you're special.
En las etapas entonces de trabajo, las las ofertas son demasiado buenas para ser verdad, es una oportunidad para ganar mucho dinero sin mucho esfuerzo, y la persona que está tratando de contactarte está muy entusiasmada en contratarte, que te trata como alguien de la familia o como alguien como que te conoce de hace mucho tiempo.
And in the employment scams, we also saw that you should not pay to get a job.
También
Right.
vimos que no tenés que, o sea, que nadie paga para adquirir un trabajo, ya sea entrenamiento o un prepago para adquirir el trabajo.
So I didn't say this before, but I'm going to say this again. This payment may not be for training. Sometimes this payment is, listen, we have to do your credit check. So
Oh.
our credit check fees is $125. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Entonces, que no solamente puede ser para entrenamiento, sino para chequear tu crédito para acceder al trabajo.
it's like you have to pay for your credit check, and that is how they say to get that $125. Okay. So if someone's hiring you, you should not pay for your credit check.
Another example, Ranga, that is not here, of course, but is right now, especially in Burlington, in Vermont, there is a housing crisis right now, and there are some landlords posting apartments that they're asking for application fees.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Really?
awful.
That's illegal, right? Isn't it?
It is illegal, yes. It is illegal. Even a legit landlord
Cannot do
cannot do it.
They cannot put that cost on you.
Yeah. So right now, what they're doing is they're posting a really nice apartment, and they say if you want to apply, you need to pay the application fee, and they disappear because it's not true. And the people is so desperate for housing. The people is so desperate for housing that they pay to have access to the apartment information.
That is a big scam, and you're right. Okay. And we spoke about the romance scams. We'll spend a little time because we just spoke recently. So what are the signs for a romance scam? The relationships progress quickly. You won't be meeting, and then there is like an urgent requirement of money.
Entonces, en las estafas por romance, que se conocen como estafas por romance, las relaciones se desarrollan rápidamente, siempre hay algún problema por lo cual no se pueden conocer en persona, y después llega el pedido de dinero, ya sea por una emergencia médica o algo que hace que pida un pago de alguna manera.
So I've only covered like 3 different types of scams, but there are new types of scams coming every day, right?
Like the housing.
Yeah, but whatever it is, I think many times the warning signs are still the same, right? They're asking you for money. There is a sense of urgency, and they make you act out of emotion rather than your thought. So I think if we keep these warning signs in mind, there is a good chance we can catch it before it is before we fall victim. Right? I don't know. Maybe so far, at least I think so.
A lot of scammers also like the housing scam, like a play out of the necessity of the people, you know. So right now, like I said, with the housing crisis in Vermont, you see something on Craigslist that says this apartment is available, pay this fee to apply, or you know.
Yeah, but that is so unfair.
Pay for background. Please send 15 more, I think $50.
And the funny part is like sometimes it's not so much money because you always think twice about paying $100, but maybe you're not gonna think twice about paying $25. But they take so many people that with $25 they make the, you know.
Hey, can you say that in Spanish to Lorena, please don't mind?
So, que generalmente también el sentido de necesidad de la gente en el caso de las, por ejemplo, algo que es ilegal en este momento es cobrar por las aplicaciones de housing, para las aplicaciones de alquileres. Entonces, lo que juegan es con la necesidad de la gente y generalmente la gente lo piensa 2 veces antes de pagar $100 o incluso $50, pero si por ahí dicen, bueno, estoy buscando una casa y me ofrecen una aplicación por $25, no lo piensa mucho, pero esa persona al agarrar a muchas personas es donde hace su diferencia de estafa.
La forma que yo experimenté, hablo así rápidamente, el año pasado estaba buscando una habitación o un apartamento, no recuerdo, y me mandaron el link y me dijeron, tienes que pagar $50 para hacer el background, el
Background check.
background check. Y le dije, ok, dame la dirección, me dieron dirección y te mandan fotos y te mandan la información como si realmente existiera. Yo me fui al lugar, supuestamente, allí no había nadie, y lo que hice fue reportarlo con el dueño real de la casa, y así es como, digamos que evité que yo fuera estafada y de pronto que otros también con la misma casa.
Yeah, she said that she actually got that. They asked for a fee to apply for a property, and she actually
Yes.
ended up going there and reporting with a real owner.
That is good. So there is one more point that we spoke about that I want you to emphasize. If someone's listening to all the way to this point, remember about the company and the word scam in the search to check if that company has been in the news or people have complained about the company online.
Exacto. Entonces, una de las formas más fáciles es, si uno recibe un email o una oferta de algo, es poner esa oferta con la palabra scam al final. Y si alguien reportó en algún momento, por eso es tan importante también, that is what is so important to report it too. Si alguien reportó en algún momento, va a figurar online como una estafa.
Okay, it's good to know. Actually, it's a good trick too.
Yeah, and there are new ones we are seeing that are not got to this stage yet. I'm just saying this, you can choose whether to translate or not. So everything is fine, but when it comes to paying you, they will pay you by a check and they want you to return some of the money in cash to them.
La otra estafa es que cuando te van a pagar, te pagan con un cheque, pero quieres que le devuelvas algo de ese pago en efectivo.
So there are also people with what are called a fake check. At the end, they'll give you a fake check and you're stuck, right?
All right.
All right, that is all I have. If there are any questions, I can answer now.
Luis, si tenés alguna pregunta. Y si tenés alguna pregunta después, me mandas un email.
Okay,
y lo podemos. So I was telling her if she has a question later, she can actually send me an email and we can contact and get clarification on that. Thank you very much, Ranga, for your class.
You're still recording, Rachel. You're still recording.
Okay, I'm going to stop it now.